In this video, we're going to cover our favorite things to do during the winter in Lisbon.
With little people.
Yeah!
With our kids. So firstly, we love Lisbon Oceanarium. They really take good care of the sea life there. That's the first thing to say. And it's vast and has thousands of species of fish and sea life there. Lots to do. What else would you say?
Well, I'm coming at it from a more practical point of view.
Okay.
So it is massive, especially for small people.
Yeah.
So you need to literally spend a whole day to discover the whole ocean. So get there early and expect to spend the day. In terms of location, this is not in the heart of Lisbon because it's big. So you need to just check out the location. I'll jump in an Uber from there.
Yeah.
It's also great to get to if you're from outside of Lisbon because it's literally on top of all the motorways. So from a practical point of view, it's very good for a rainy day.
Yep. And where is it?
It's in a Parque das Nações, if I can pronounce it correctly.
I'm just testing your Portuguese here, actually.
It's horrible.
Okay.
Improvement needed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's great facilities. It's easy to park. It's easy to get to. So it is a good, easy option for families to discover.
And there's some restaurants, isn't there? Local restaurants.
Yeah. So you both have a restaurant in the actual facility, and if that's too busy or you prefer something different, as soon as you walk out, you have a promenade of restaurants as well.
So good.
Actually, two different promenades that you can walk to. You can walk left and right, and you have a bunch of different options there. And within walking distance, you also have a shopping center. If it continues to rain and you have more of the day available, then that's another good thing to do.
Yeah, lots of good healthy food options, not just McDonald's, but really good.
McDonald's is also there.
Yeah, if you're into it. But if you're not, then there's lots of good health options where you can actually quite reasonably priced for the area, right?
Yeah.
Not so bad. So yeah, it's really good fun. And as I say, not just for the little ones, but also just as enjoyable for the adults. Let's talk about another one of our favourites. So we also love the Science Museum, but it's not called the Science Museum. I'm going to tell you exactly what it's called. So it's not called the Science Museum, it's called the Pavilion of Knowledge, and it truly is. We have an annual membership card for all of us, which we thought was really good value.
Yeah. And the bonus of that is that either it costs the same or it's like a couple of euros more for an annual membership versus a day ticket.
Yeah.
And you truly can spend several days there. And that membership card also gives you discounts on a bunch of other museums across Portugal. So I think it's well worth.
It's one of the great things that our children love in particular is it's super interactive.
Yeah.
You have a great three main interactive spaces. One which is like physics with all kinds of electrical currents and fun things that they can go and touch and tap and play with. And then you've got another room which is like a mini soft play with cars and moving things and trains and all kinds of fun things.
And assisted play, where there's staff to help the little one to play.
Yeah,
to
and
play
it
something
gets
more advanced.
quite busy, so we definitely recommend getting there early.
Yeah.
There are things for different age groups, so we have, as you know, kids of different ages, and they love it. They absolutely love it. The first time we were there, we spent a good 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And our eldest decided to go on a suspended bicycle ride, which is so high up. How many feet is it off the ground? It's quite...
I would think it's around 25 meters.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is in feet, but very high.
Yeah, really high off the ground, and it's all supervised and safe, and it's all well taken care of.
With a safety net.
Yeah, with a safety net. But he went on that. So awesome.
And still talks about it today.
Yeah, still talks about it. Very proud of himself. And, it's just a great experience for all. And then on the lower level, actually, another really cool thing is they have a sea life room. Where the kids get to colour their own little sea life, and then they see it come to life on a screen.
It's 3D animated.
3D animation.
So that drawings
really
go 3D animated.
Super friendly staff. Then you go down to the ground level, and they have different exhibitions. So the last time we were there, they had dinosaurs, and it was all sort of live dinosaurs, sounds, really cool.
Yeah.
And the kids really got into that. And then next to that, there's a little shop. Where you can buy sort of little souvenirs and everything you could possibly want. Good changing space if you have a baby, clean toilets, all that practical kind of thing. And what about in terms of food?
Well, in terms of practicality, it is a copy and paste of the previous event, because it's actually the neighbor building to the Oceanaria. So there's good restaurants, there's easy parking, it's just a few minutes walk away, and relatively easy to get to.
Yeah, no, it's really good. So would definitely recommend a visit if you haven't done so already. And if you're planning to be here sort of longer term, then would definitely recommend an annual membership.
Yeah, definitely.
Another attraction for your list is
the Lisbon Earthquake Center.
If you are anything like me, who are interested in the historical side of Lisbon and real immersive experiences, this one is for you.
And I think we are living in an earthquake zone in Portugal.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important that we are also educating our children over what earthquakes are, what to do in earthquakes, and like prepare their mind so that it's on their radar. And Lisbon have a earthquake simulator. This is a true 4D experience, and it's actually based pretty close to the central Lisbon in Belém, so it's quite easy to get to, and again a great experience for the whole day.
Yes, and it's based on the actual earthquake of 1755.
Exactly.
That unfortunately wiped out Lisbon. And so it's a recreation of that, and it does recreate, as you said, it's a simulator experience, so it does recreate the whole thing, and there's lots of activities around earthquakes using various technology, and we will say that there is a lower age limit, so I believe it's children under 5 are not allowed to experience the simulator, but they can go and experience all the other activities. So just check that out before you go, and the opening times and the price, all of that's on the website, which we'll link below in the description box.
Yeah, and this is another option that's also catering for English. So I think all 3 options we've gone through so far is also catering for English. So another good thing for your international kids.
And I think it's also other languages. I think there's French and Spanish,
and of course Portuguese.
And of course Portuguese. So check that out. One place we've discovered recently, by accident may I add, is the Natural Museum of Science and Natural History, which is absolutely immense. Our children went absolutely bananas for this place, and don't tell anyone, but I did as well.
Well, you were supposed to go in there for half an hour, and 3 hours later I was trying to figure out where you were.
So you went off
with our baby.
And then I kind of went in there and I thought, oh, this looks like a grand building. Went in, spoke to a lovely lady who worked there, and realised that our membership card from the Pavilion of Knowledge actually qualifies us for a discount. So thought, why not? Grabbed the kids, went in, and it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. So one of the things that I discovered is that our annual membership for the Pavilion of Knowledge actually qualifies us for a discount. in this museum. So it was really good. The kids were free. And then for me, it was around seven-ish euros.
Yeah, around €7.
Yeah. And
after the discount.
After the discount.
Yeah.
And then within that, we also got access to the botanical gardens, which we didn't get time to do because by the time we'd been around the museum several times, the kids had done about 6,000 steps each. So that will be for another time. But it's brilliant. I mean, it's all about anthropology. So there's lots of preserved species of fish and birds, which the kids love. Our eldest loves birds, so it was really fantastic. They also have an interactive room, an educational room, where the kids can do all kinds of mathematical puzzles and activities and move things around, and they love doing that, so they could run around, be free. There was also a science area where they could do all kinds of little experiments, kinetic experiments, and really, really good fun. Very clean, wonderful, and I think you can even get free entry on Sundays, but double check that. But that's what I've heard.
And this is based in central Lisbon.
Yeah.
So it's close to lots of different places to grab lunch, for example. So it's very easy to maneuver around them. Do bear in mind, because it is central Lisbon, parking can be a little bit hard, so just do your research in advance if you're coming by car.
In terms of other museums to check out,
then we have the Museum of Sports History, also in central Lisbon.
We also have the Museum of Transport, which has a lot of the older trams, which is fantastic, so you can go there and discover the history of trams in Portugal and have a good look around and take pictures and things like that, which is good fun.
And then if you don't want museums at all, then what do you have?
What do you have? Okay, so one of my ultimate favourites is within a shopping complex called Ubo. Where's it located?
Well, it's not too far from Amadora, so it's maybe 10-15 minutes in a cab to get there. Also well connected to the motorway, so it's relatively easy to get to if you're staying in Sintra or Cascais or along that line as well as Lisbon, and also quite easy to get to if you're staying in maybe Liras or Mafra on that north side of Lisbon too.
And when you say 10 minutes in a cab, that would be from
from like Balam, for example, would be 10 minutes out, more or less, 10-15 minutes.
And the reason why we love it so much is because it's it's multifunctional. So of course it's a shop. There's a shopping centre, and all that you'd expect with that, restaurants and shops. But then there's an outer area which is really fantastic because that has lots of fun things for kids. So it has an arcade, 2 arcade centres with games and soft play. It also has a Marvel Centre, which is brilliant, and inside the Marvel Centre it has a escape rooms, and on some days they do offer some deals on that. Lots of memorabilia. And then they have like this the cinema. They have of course lots of restaurants, and then they have the Kidzania. Yep. So Kidzania is a mini city, all for the kids. So it's for kids to really experience a fun side of working. So they can go and
literally practice how an adult life is, to work in a bank, to work in a supermarket, like to have these everyday things that I emulated into a kid's world. And you can find it by just looking at like a full-size plane that suddenly sticks out next to all the restaurants. Then you know you've reached Kidzania.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's such good fun. And for example, there's a little pizzeria inside Kidzania, and they'll take a group of children and they will make real pizzas. And it will be like working in a real pizzeria. So it's really good fun, and really good lessons for the kids.
Just get them to taste some of the real world, rather than like just fun. It's actually a bit more of the real world that's emulated into be fun. Just to bear in mind that this last time you were there was only in Portuguese.
Yes.
So if your kids if your kids only speak English, you need to make sure that they do things in English. I don't know if it's only part of the year that they only do some in Portuguese. But check that with them. Our kids luckily speak Portuguese. But that could be a challenge if you just newly arrived.
That's a really good point. And then some other things that are fun within Ubo. They have a jumping trampoline park, which is amazing, not too expensive, so you can burn a few hours and calories on that, and I like to have a bit of a jump too. And then they also have seasonal things. So at Christmas they had an ice ring.
Yeah.
They also have a dancing school there, so you can,
And then they have
dance.
have a big outdoor playground, but covered by roof.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it's raining, and most times of the year it's warm enough to still enjoy.
Yeah, no, it's really good fun. And then of course when your kids are tired and they've had enough, you can always take them. There's lots of food options, as we said. There's the upstairs portion with all the restaurants, and there's a few sort of more casual restaurants downstairs.
Yeah.
So there's so much to do and to see and to enjoy, and we've done that a few times.
And from a practical point of view, as I'm the practical one here,
So am I, sometimes.
selectively. The parking is very easy. It's easy to get to, so it's not through any congested roads. It's straight off the highway. And also, it's actually my preferred. This is a personal view. I don't know if it applies to you. It's also my preferred shopping center because there's generally less people there compared to like Colombo or the one in Almada. That's super crowded. Like most of the times. There's a lot less people and you have a better chance of breathing. Yeah,
but then we follow our own rule about getting there early, getting there at the opening time essentially, and then enjoying it for a few hours, and then getting out when the big rush comes generally in the early to late afternoon.
Yeah, like 1-2 p.m. then it starts to get busy. But if you get there like 10, 11 a.m. then you're good.
Yeah, another place worth a mention. Is the fun 3D space in Lisbon, and it's where you go and take wacky pictures with your kids.
Basically, there's a bunch of different 3D props, we would call them. Yeah. Where you either stand close to the wall and it, have different views of different items. Look like you're in a magazine or whatever. And there's a bunch of different things where you can just fill up your camera rolls of a good amount of fun stuff for your kids.
It's really silly, but then again.
But it brings a smile out.
Yeah, why not? And the kids love it, and they can show their friends, etc. So we love it. Check it out. And
then we have what you would call the boring one, which is one of my favorites. You can also go on every street corner in Lisbon and go to the local pasteleria, where they will have cheap but great coffee and a bunch of different sugary cakes and stuff like that. It's something that Portugal really can do. Yeah. And I feel like every pasteleria is a bit like a new experience each time. Each area have its own set of cakes and its own set of
traditional cakes.
So also if you get out of Lisbon, you'll discover different kind of cakes, and all of them have a history, and you can ask a bunch of different questions and learn about them. Yeah. So I definitely think that is another good rainy day. It might be boring to you, but I certainly enjoy the sugar and the coffee.
Sometimes I enjoy that, but I'm a bit more of an active one. The final note to say is that there are lots of fun other indoor things. There's indoor bowling across Portugal. Indoor bowling across Lisbon.
We found 4 different that we are linking to in the description that you can now find.
There's also lots more trampoline parks, which is also fun, and indoor play centres, but we'll link all of those down in the description box. Have a look. Enjoy, give us your feedback. If there's anything else we've missed that you've found or experienced, then let us know, because one amazing thing about Portugal is that it's the country of hidden gems. Yeah. So we're always discovering something new all the time, and that's one of our favourite things about being here. So let us know in the comments if you've discovered something that you'd like to share, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.